Our family are huge tea drinkers, and I would say mug connoisseurs, pottery mug connoisseurs. So we're gonna give you a little tour today of our mug drawer and our tea cupboard. Neither of them are cleaned. Neither of them have been organized for this video. It's a take it like it is video. Right here beside our dishwasher. First of all, we have tin mugs. The dishwasher is dirty right now though, so there is a couple mugs in here, not much. These are excellent for all our outdoor adventures. Marius actually, this is his coffee cup of choice. We have 2 of these. They've been collected from all sorts of different places. And now, my beautiful pottery mug drawer. So let's just start with the one that's in the dishwasher. This is a thrift store find. This is what I drank coffee in this morning. I love speckled pottery. A lot of these are thrift store finds. Some of them were gifts, and some of them I can't tell you the potter name because I don't remember and it's not on there. This one. So I have quite a few from a local potter called Art and Soul. My mom bought me this one. She bought Freya this one. And she bought Mac this one. My sister and I bought these for each other one Christmas. And then the last thing I have from this potter, well, the last mug is this mug. It's honestly like so huge. It's a soup bowl size. We thought it would be fun for lattes, but it's just a little big. So right now it's currently the soother bowl, which I think is really fun too. For example, this is a mug that was one of my very favorite mugs, but it's got a pretty bad chip in it and crack. So now it is my scrubby and I get to enjoy it there. Now, this mug and this mug, I have a few of each. I think my mom bought me these. Danica brand. These were pretty inexpensive. And then I saw these deer ones and I had to get them for Marius. And as you can see, another deer one, 2 more of these ones, and I feel like there was another one that got lost somewhere, or it broke. This is my most recent mug purchase, and it is huge, guys. This mug is huge. This one is made by ceramic. I'm gonna link all these below for you. I forget the potter's name. That's what's stamped on the bottom, but it's ceramic and it's like K-E-R-M-I-K-K. This one, I don't know the potter's name. This is from a local store. It's a local-ish potter. Again, guys, the speckled mugs just do it for me. Love them, because this one is speckled too. This one, I wish people put better stamps on the bottom of their mugs. Because again, this is a local potter, but I can't remember the name. If you're local, we got it at Heartstrings. This is one that Mom bought for Hamish. He had a small one like this and he broke it. So for his birthday, she got him another one. This one has no label on it. I was given this one by a friend when I had a miscarriage. It's a nice big mug. I love using it. Let's see, so we have these ones. The jar ended up in there. My mom has really good thrift store mug luck. That one that was in there is from, that she found at the thrift store. This one, it says Bilton's made in England. Just the sweetest little mug. It's from the thrift store. This is a local potter. That is there on purpose. That's her called Hive and Hen Pottery. So most of these are all thrown on a wheel, and this is not thrown on a wheel. It's got this really neat texture to it. I don't know if you can quite see, like imprints of leaves on it. And the speckle, guys. You know by now I like the speckle, right? Right. This is a thrift store one. It's got some decent chips in it. So this is actually my mug of choice if I'm taking a mug outside. And it's a handmade one that my mom found at the thrift store. Yet another thrift store mug my mom found. And it's also a handmade one. It feels really nice in your hands. It's kind of if you want like a not really big mug of coffee. Works good. Last but not least, another thrift store find for my mom. I have never found, this says orcas on the bottom. And let's see, it's not wanting to focus on the ducks. I've never found a good mug at a thrift store, and my mom obviously has excellent thrift store mug luck. And these are not mugs, but these were a wedding present from my aunt. She gave us a box of something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. And I think these were the old that she found at a thrift store. She's also a thrift store queen. Woo! And guess what? It's tea time. So now on to part 2. The tea and Ziploc bag cupboard. This is our teapot. This makes like 3 to 4 good mugs of tea. It's a stainless steel French press, and it is my very favorite for making loose leaf tea in. So I need to pick which tea. I think I want this one. This is my ride or die. This is the most beautiful black tea. It's a vanilla bean black tea, and there's literally little chunks of vanilla bean in it. So for a pot of tea, I do about that much. There's surprisingly little tea in a tea bag, so don't go too crazy when you're making a tea with black or green tea. If you're making a herbal tea that you want an infusion, then I would use like a whole handful. I'll show you an example of what tea I would use for that. But this, don't overdo it, because it stretches a lot farther than you think. So this is insulated, and it will keep tea. Whoa, I filled it too full because I wasn't paying attention. It will keep tea hot for hours, which is awesome. Ooh, a little full. Okay. So we're not going to venture into this chaos here. But this is a basket where I keep odds and ends. Lots of these I have been given. We really love this one. I really love this one. I don't buy many tea bags, so if I do buy tea bags, you know I love it. Rose, chamomile, lavender. It's an amazing nighttime tea. I've got some David's tea in here that we got in a tea advent calendar, and honestly, I have hated every single one of them, and they give us stomach aches. We read through and found the ones that didn't have any weird things added to them, and chucked every other one, and we were left with 3. So there you go. I would not recommend it. Again, odds and ends of tea that didn't need a whole container for anymore. I also keep up here things that I make kombucha with. So these are Schizandra berries. These are for kombucha. Elderflowers are for flavoring kombucha. Hibiscus are for kombucha or iced tea. This, I have searched for a loose leaf chai tea and am yet to find one that I like. This one is the very best chai I have ever tasted, and I'm normally a black tea chai person, but this rooibos chai, so darn good, guys. So good. Loose chamomile for tea. This loose green tea, this jasmine tea. I'm not a fan of most of Organic Matter's teas. I've tried their black tea, their Earl Grey, their chai. Didn't love any of those. This jasmine tea is so floral and amazing. It is the most flavorful green tea I have ever drank, and I've drank a lot of green teas. Do you remember last summer when Marius picked obscene amounts of wild mint and dried it? That's what this is. We have bags and bags of this. This is ginger lime rooibos. This is not my very favorite, but my mom likes this one, so usually I drink it when she is here. Also, Weck jars, do not recommend them. The lids are so annoying. I thought I would love them, and goodness guys, they are just ridiculous. Don't give in to the trend of Weck jars. The lids are so annoying. When I ordered this bulk box of this peach black tea, I didn't realize they were all going to be individually bagged. That was kind of frustrating, and I won't buy that again. But this is our favorite for iced tea. This is what we use. It's dried ginger. I do have a little jar of it. Why is there? Oh, there we go. This is easier to access. This tea cut dried ginger is my favorite for tea. I mix this with the jasmine green tea. It's really inexpensive. Where I live, organic ginger is darn near impossible to find and really expensive. So to just have it ready for making tea or putting in broth is very helpful. These are tea bags. I've probably had this box for 2 years, so I obviously don't use them very much. But sometimes I use them if I'm making a loose leaf iced tea. This is a different vanilla black tea. It's not as good. I couldn't get the other one for a bit, so I bought this one, and it's just not quite as good, so I feed this one to the kids. My sister gave me this for my birthday. I don't like lemon verbena, and I don't like lemongrass. So maybe it might make good iced tea. Or this is the sort of one that, like, I'll make a big pot if the kids and their cousins are having tea. I'll use teas I don't like as much. Oh look, another chai that I didn't love so much. My mom gave this to me because she was given it, and she doesn't drink black tea. And it's not very good, so this is a chai that I make for the kids because they're not as picky as me. Garlic is just to keep it off the counter. This is that Art and Soul pottery. We're filling up the counter here, guys. Do you think I maybe like tea? I think I maybe like tea. Let's see. And we're only on shelf 1. I'm gonna need a stool. I was given this after Rowan was born, and my mom looked at the side and it said don't drink if pregnant or breastfeeding, and I was like, oh well, I guess we're not drinking that anytime soon. And then I actually looked at the side months later, and all it is like a few different herbs. So I've only just started drinking this one, and it's a nice nighttime tea. This is the Earl Grey, the last of it from Organic Matters. Won't buy it again. Okay, we're done this counter. These are scoops that were in Rowan's powdered formula. We maybe only went through a dozen boxes of this formula in a year because of making raw milk formula. But all these scoops, they're really handy for tea. They're 2 teaspoons. So I do like 2 scoops in there. Okay, I need a stool. For a long time, we would always buy organic, fair trade coffee. I really didn't drink much coffee for a long time. Probably drank too much coffee this morning. But I had a hard time spending money on tea when you could buy it on sale for like $2 for a box of tea. But it really wasn't the best tea. But here's the thing. When you look at your cost per cup, tea is still cheaper than coffee when you buy good coffee, even when you buy good tea. And life is too short to drink bad coffee and bad tea, because your price per cup versus buying it out is still so cheap that for us, it's worth spending the money on good coffee and good tea to enjoy ourselves and to never feel tempted to buy coffee out, because honestly, it's just not as good as you can get at home. So we very, very rarely buy drinks out because we'd much rather just have it at home, because we put the effort into good coffee and tea at home. So up here, marshmallow root, medicinal. Oh, this is homemade instant oatmeal. Collagen powder that we put in smoothies. Oh, I haven't actually braved into trying that. This is a mix I made. Oh, then it wiped off the side, so I can't even quite see what was in it. It was like yarrow, marshmallow, mullein, elderflower, hibiscus, ginger. Kind of good for clearing out your lungs, cold type thing. It's different vitamins and tinctures and such. It's a candle. This is our herbal flower tea. I'll link this recipe, it's on my blog. When I make this, I use a big handful of it in the pot because I make an infusion, not just a tea, but you want to really get all those goodness out of all these flowers and herbs. This is just plain black tea for kombucha. That's for oiling my table. That's just a reused container. Oh, for deworming the pigs. Oh, here's another Organic Matters tea that I didn't like. It's weird. It's probably the stevia in it that I don't like. I don't know. It's just funky. And last but not least, this is for cheese making. Now that I have everything out, I should probably organize this before I put it back in. The problem is, you have to pick your mug based on your mood and what you're drinking. Does this make sense? Are you after just like a small cup of coffee, or you want a big old mug of herbal tea? It just really, you have to play on your mood and how you're feeling for what mug you pick. And I even, when people are over, Freya, just hold your ponies. I'll open the mug and I'll be like, just pick based on how you feel. And sometimes people look at you funny, and sometimes people look at you and they're like, you understand me. I'm like, yeah, I know, I get it. Really do. And then the question is, how do you take your tea? Our family by default is honey and raw milk. The cow's dry right now, so that's not very exciting. Freya, please don't open that. Please wait. There's some teas, like in mint or herbal tea, I put honey and then just wait till it cools down or add an ice cube. Marius and the kids still put milk in those teas. I don't think those teas should have milk. I have strong opinions on which is a milk tea and which is not. People that come over to our house regularly, they start getting favorite mugs too, like that big one that I have the soothers in. That's my brother-in-law's favorite tea mug because he just loves a big old mug of herbal tea. And my sister-in-law, she loves that new one I got that's really coral and speckly. She says it's just so bright and it cheers her up, and the fact that it's like basically the equivalent of 2 cups of coffee does not, you know, that's a good thing too. As for coffee, we prefer percolator coffee, but percolator coffee takes a lot more effort. So we have a coffee pot with a timer. For a long time, Marius would wake up every morning, hand grind his coffee beans, and percolate a pot of coffee. And then when I was pregnant with Freya, I got an electric coffee pot at a garage sale, thrift store, one of those. And he discovered the magic in waking up to coffee already ready. So he says that even though he probably would prefer percolator coffee, the convenience of just waking up and it being ready is pretty good. We drink dark roast or medium roast organic fair trade coffee. Marius puts my hot chocolate mix in to make a mocha. I either put some raw cane sugar or maple syrup in mine. When it comes to iced coffee needs to be drank out of a jar. It needs to be sweetened with maple syrup. We have strong opinions on how things need to be served. I would love to hear your strong opinions on how you drink different types of coffees and teas, because they all deserve to be treated differently. They're all special.